President-elect Donald Trump met with NFL greats Jim Brown, Ray Lewis, as well as members of his National Diversity Coalition on Tuesday to discuss issues impacting African-American communities. Both players praised Mr. Trump after the meeting. Hall of Fame running back Jim Brown is here this morning, along with the head of Trump's National Diversity Coalition, Pastor Darrell. Scott, great to have both of you gentlemen here this morning. So what was this meeting like? Tell us what you talked to Mr. Trump about.
It was a fantastic meeting. We talked about helping people, and we're offering our services to do that, and particularly African-American people that are poor and, you know, not uneducated to a certain degree. And he was very amenable to the points that we made.
What made you think he got it?
Well, he's a very dynamic personality. And he's also a very friendly, comedic type of individual. So when he said that he was in, that's what he meant. Because basically he will say what's on his mind, and he will tell you the truth. So I felt very good because of his reception of what we brought to the table. So if someone criticized us for being with Mr. Trump, it's that he has the power of that office. And when you meet him, he's a very personable person. So I was very happy and very proud to have had that opportunity, and for him to give us that opportunity to present things that I've worked on most of my life, because I do work for the underprivileged people in this country.
Pastor Scott, how do you explain to people why it was okay for then candidate President Trump to explain the African-American condition in this country as you can't walk out of your house, you go down the street, you get shot? That was very offensive to a lot of members of the African-American community. How do you explain it to people?
Well, it was offensive to some. It was realistic to others. And he was almost prophetic in his declaration, because not too long after he said you can walk out into your community and get shot, we had Dwayne Wade's cousin suffer a fatality. And so, you know, he's almost prophetic, and what he was saying was the potential exists. And when Donald Trump said, when President-elect Trump, when he said, what do you have to lose? What he was really saying was, give me a chance, give me a shot. I'll prove myself to you. And as part of his ongoing commitment to the African-American community, that's what led to the meeting that we had with him on yesterday. He wants to be proactive, not reactive. And so why wait until another person is killed, another riot erupts? Let's get on, let's get someone. Let's address this and tackle this problem now. Now, having said that, I've been very familiar with Mr. Brown's American program for years. And to me, it was a match made in heaven. I mean, why try to invent a wheel? Why try to invent a vehicle that can be beneficial to the African-American community when such a vehicle that has all the components that we need to address a number of the problems that exist in the inner cities, it already exists. So let's take this vehicle, present it to the Trump administration. He'll put some gas in it, get the country behind it, and get it going. And we can ride it, and it can be
Jim, tell us what it is. What does American do, and what do you think is going to happen with it now?
Well, I'll tell you, I've been very happy with the company I've been keeping lately.
You mean today? Oh, you, Pastor Scott.
The last couple of days. Well, he's a very important person. But American deals with the underprivileged. And we stress self-determination. And we encourage people to take that first step, you know, not look to be delivered, but to do everything that you can do for yourself, and we can help you because you are participating to your own advancement and your own success. And it is a program that has been in existence now for almost 20 years. And it has been very successful because it teaches the responsibility of self-determination, which means that you are not looking to blame anyone for your plight. You're not playing the victim role, but you're getting up off your butt and you're applying yourself with what you have to apply it to yourself, but then you can be open to what we can do for you. We do violent intervention on the greatest level because we deal with the people that live in those areas. And we believe in education, and particularly life management skills education, because those fundamentals teach you how to solve problems, make good decisions, set goals, all of those things that we take for granted. But when underprivileged people don't apply that, you can't even help them.
On the point that you just made about you've been very pleased with the company that you've been keeping lately, yesterday you said something that got a lot of attention, and maybe you want to clarify it. You said, I fell in love with him because he really talks about helping African American, black people, and that's why I'm here. People thought that you meant Donald Trump when you said I fell in love with him. What were you talking about?
I was talking about my partner sitting right here. I was talking to the man who got us together, the man who's been the catalyst, the man who has represented. And he's comical, and he's very vivacious. You know, he's a character.
But I fell in love with Trump a long
bright.
time ago.
There's a lot of love
I fell in
going
love with
around.
You'll take the
here.
love.
Right.
But I think he's a great personality.
Got it.
So the big concern you're going to have is to see what the president actually does. So what we'll do is President-elect once president, 37 days from now. So we will stay on the policies and we'll keep the conversation going to make sure that the most important part happens, which is the actual actions on the ground where it matters.
He's a man of his word. He's going to get behind this program, and this program is going to make it happen. And he's going to be behind it to support it.
But do you have any concerns about his cabinet? It's not, you know, the most diverse cabinet. In fact, it's the least diverse cabinet thus far. Does that worry you at all?
Well, see, you are here doing your job, and your job is to do exactly what you're doing. I have to take action, and I always say that I'm not a quarterback. I was supposed to be a great football player, but I was a running back. So I don't know too much about quarterbacking. So I cannot comment on every issue in the situation and justify every thing that goes on. I know what we're going to bring to the table. We're not asking for favors. We're going to bring the business world from Youngstown, Ohio, Bruce Zolan, Phantom Fireworks, Eddie DeBartolo. You got Ray Lewis.
Got it. You're happy with what you've seen.
But we're doing to support what he can do.
Understood. Gentlemen, thanks, Jim Brown. Great to have you here. Pastor Scott, thank you.
One clarification. You were the greatest football player at your position, and some argue it wasn't even your best sport. You may even have been better at lacrosse.
Oh,
so you're a champion.
All right, thank you.
That part we got.
Thank you very much, guys.